Boo, how are you feeling about life? Are you giving me a grumpy look today? Because we haven't gone on a WALK yet? I know, Boo. I know. You can give me the stink eye. All right, so we're going to ignore her. Luna's doing just fine. She's great. She just wants to go on a WALK. All right, so I have a thrift haul, and this is another grade my thrift haul. I ran my numbers on sell-through rate and what I should be making as far as dollar amount, and I have a grade. And I think it was an improvement from the last time. I didn't do anything different other than it was kind of a better thrift haul. I think this is 21 items. 2 items have sold, so and those did not have the best sell-through rate. So that does not mean everything. It's just a way for me to understand competition out there with certain brands that I'm finding. So, all right, I think I'm starting with this bag. I have 2 bags here, and I have everything in order. I feel like this is the old school Courtney on YouTube where I used to be so prepared, and now I'm just a hot mess. Just kidding. All right, so at the end of the video, I will update on real estate since I have 1 escrow closing and I just wrote another offer. So stay tuned for that if you care at all about my real estate journey. Here is an Everlane jacket. Now, Everlane is not a brand that I get all that excited about. When I first started reselling, I was always excited to see it, and now I see it pretty regularly, and I actually pass on it fairly regularly, just because it just doesn't move for me. However, this looked like a really great fall winter item. It is a size 6, so I knew it would fit great on my size 6 mannequin. It just has a classic look. And what I didn't know when I picked it up is this is called the Wool Academy Blazer. And they have it in a couple different shades, but they no longer carry it on the website. And some of these are selling between $75 to $100. And I was just kind of blown away by that. So I aimed high, partly because there's none available in this size and color scheme. And so I think I listed this at $109. So there are 0 listed, 3 have sold. So sell-through rate is something that can vary depending on who you ask. The majority of resellers that I know, that I respect, that I follow, use a sell-through rate system that is basically how many are listed versus how many are sold. You multiply that by 100 and you get a percentage. So for example, there's 0 listed and 3 sold within the last 90 days on eBay. So it would mean that the sell-through rate is 300%. Now, for any mathematicians out there that are concerned that's not possible, you can't have more than 100% sell-through rate. It depends on who you ask. And there are plenty of businesses who do follow this sell-through rate model. So you can go do your own research and find a sell-through rate model that works for you. I'm just explaining that that's the calculation I have found or that I use. Also, for the calculations of this, anything over 100, I'm just calculating it as the same. It's a good sell-through rate. But really excited about this. I'm not sure how quickly it will move, like who's looking for it, but odds are in my favor. And I aimed a little high. It more than likely will sell for right around 75 if I had to guess, but we'll see. All right, here is a J. Jill top. I need to move this bag so I don't keep making the bag noise. This is a bread and butter brand for me. I sell it often, I pick it up often, and most items get anywhere from $20 to $30 unless it's some amazing piece. But that's kind of the price range that I usually get. Now this is a size 2X, which is a great size. It's also just, I think the color scheme and the style, this can be kind of worn year round, which I love those pieces personally. It has 3/4 length sleeves. Even though it's floral, it's a darker floral. So I think you could still wear it in fall and winter. And yeah, so there are 20, I couldn't find this exact top. And again, I ran these numbers a week or 2 ago, so things may have changed, but there were 22 black floral tops listed in this size and 13 had sold. So that leaves me with a 59% sell-through rate. Not terrible. It's probably not going to be the quickest seller, but I really think this one's better than a lot of the ones listed. So I think it's going to sell pretty quick. And I did price it for $39, hoping for more of that 30 range just because of the style, size, and it's in great condition. All right, so shout out to, is it Seattle Savage or Seattle Salvage? Either one works, but one of my favorite people on Instagram sells a lot of Patagonia. She's very knowledgeable on different Patagonia prints. She's one of the few Instagram people I watch their stories, and she seems so great. Anyways, she occasionally will show times where she'll take the embroidery out of Patagonia pieces. And I picked up 2 Patagonia pieces. One was this, which is a new with tags nano vest, and one which is a better sweater. Now I'm going to wear the better sweater a few times because the medium actually runs a little big. So I might wear it a few times before I sell it and list it. And so it's not a part of this haul, but both were size medium. This one was new with tags, and it retailed for $149. Now this is one of the more desirable Patagonia pieces that you can find, is this style of jacket or vest. I'm actually wearing a Patagonia vest right now. This is not the nano, but still a good one. Is there I think the Patagonia label's down here. Anyways, it's not the same one, but this one, these can sell like on the resale market close to retail. So a lot of them sell right around the $100 mark unless they're embroidered. Now it's going to be a little hard to see, but I've got cloudy lighting, but I took out the embroidery on this and you can definitely see some remnants of it right here. The company was called Striver. Anyways, I got a little thing, whatever tool she said to use. And I sat here watching TV 2 different nights and I worked on getting the embroidery out. Now I did make one small cut in here because it was my first time, my first item of trying to take out embroidery. So I did make one little small tear, which I just noted. Fortunately, it's on the inside and not the outside. And so I was pretty pleased with myself. So this I listed for $124. It technically sold for $90 already. And then technically twice. It sold for $90 on Poshmark. The person's payment didn't go through. And then they never updated a card. And then it sold a second time a couple days ago. And the person asked me to cancel because they found this one cheaper somewhere. I'm guessing pre-owned. And so she asked me to cancel. That also sold for $90. So it had quite a few watchers, like 10 watchers in a few days on eBay and Poshmark. Anyways, it'll sell for right around the $90 to $100 mark. I'm really pleased with my work and I might try that again. It wasn't the worst thing. It was kind of just enjoyable to do something kind of tedious, mind numbing. I don't know if that's the right word, but this one, the sell-through rate is 400% because there are 18 listed. Most of the ones listed are still embroidered, but people are still listing them high because people will still buy them embroidered. I just wanted to try to remove the embroidery just to see how bad it was. And then, so there's 73 sold in the last 90 days. So that means it's a 400% sell-through rate. Again, how I figure it out. And so this will sell hopefully for sure soon, since technically it sold twice, but you know what I mean. Anyways, I was really excited to find those 2 Patagonias. I will probably list that better sweater. I don't know. I'll wear it and see if I like it. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Patagonia pieces, if they're my size, are really hard for me to sell because I wear a lot of Patagonia. I don't wear a lot of it. It's just in winter. It's just, I like it, you know? All right. This is Emporio Armani. And this line of the Armani lines it doesn't stand out to me. Most Armani is just not something that I will pick up. I'll almost always pass on it because it's dated. It's nothing great. However, this is a real leather jacket. And so I thought, sorry, Bill, I'm disturbing you. It's a men's real leather jacket. It's got some texture. Again, I don't know if you can see, but it's almost got like a little subtle stripe texture. And it's just a really good quality jacket. Classic. Can't really go wrong. Zipper pockets. So I couldn't find this exact one, but I decided to list this at $124. And currently there are about 15 listed in this size that are a black leather jacket. All of this is based off of eBay, by the way. That's where I run my comps and everything. And 7 had sold in the last 90 days. So it leaves me with about a 47% sell-through rate. A lot of those jackets weren't that great. I definitely think this style is much more hip and with it. Some of them are just not great, but we'll see. I think I did pay up for this one just a little bit. I think it was marked at 14. And I think it might be the only one that I paid up for here. So, all right, this is a new brand to me. I have a couple of those here that I was pretty excited about. This one I did a quick search in the store, and initially I saw some high listed items, and I think I saw a couple comps that were pretty high, but then I found the exact style name for these, which is the Laura pant. And they're pretty cute. They kind of tapered. They have these little button snap details on the ankles, and then I love the exposed stitching on the pockets. I love this color. I think it's awesome when someone pulls off a color like this. However, the comps for these were a little bit more, were a little lower than I anticipated. I decided to list these at $49, and there are 5 listed and only 1 sold. So about a 20% sell-through rate. So not the best. Am I confident it will sell at some point? Yes, but it's probably not going to sell quickly. I'll probably get around that 30 to 35 range, depending on how long it sits. All right, this was definitely a fun one. Because, I mean, it stands out like a sore thumb. I mean, it's a bluish green little, it's a cape. That's technically what's on the tag, but it's super soft. It's technically new with tags, but it is vintage. And this is BB, which just brings me back to the good old days of high school. So this is called the Fur Capelet with leather, and the color is wig, whatever. It retailed for $99. You can tell the fact that they use this little sticker, it's old school. And I mean, technically, because there's a little torn off part, that could have been a sale price. Yeah, anyways, it's a size large. Yeah, I think of it more as like, I mean, it has a little bit of a cape flare, but it almost looks like a cropped vest to me because it's a full zip, whatever. It's absolutely adorable. I think someone could really rock this, especially if you had a basic black dress and you just needed something to kind of put over it. This is just so much fun. It isn't that much bigger than the size 6 mannequin, so I think this runs, you know, more on the designer large, meaning closer probably to that medium, maybe, you know, 10, size 10, but I think it's pretty awesome. So I did start that high. There was none identical to this that sold, but there are some other BB comps for other similar cape vest type things. And so with that, there were 9 listed, 2 sold. So it's about a 22% sell-through rate. I started mine pretty high at $79, only because there's one other listed of this type, and I think they listed it for like $100 and something. So we'll see. I mean, it's always easy to bring something down or just feel it out for a month and see how people respond. All right, this one actually sold. So this is gonna get shipped out tomorrow. And this is a Free People sweater. I've sold some similar sweaters, oversized to this. One is called Easy Street, and I actually wrote this under Easy Street, the name, but then I realized this is actually the Park City sweater. Very similar. It's got color block with multiple colors. And so this is a size large. It's oversized. It's slouchy. It's got a turtleneck. And I listed this for $49, and I got an offer for $40, and I accepted. So just the regular Free People tag. Is the little tag coming off? Did I note that? Whatever. I'll double check. But it's got some light pilling, but it's not too bad, and it's perfect for the season. So Free People, if you can find the exact style, you're going to get the best comps. With that one, there are 7 listed for the Park City style, the same style, 1 sold. So it's only a 14% sell-through rate. So this is a perfect example of, while sell-through rate can be helpful, just figuring out how long it might sit, it doesn't mean everything. Because if like a 14% sell-through rate is not all that great, but it sold within a day or 2. So, all right, another Free People item. Now thermals, I have learned the hard way that some thermals are way more valuable than others. This is not one of the most valuable ones, but some of them can sell for 100 plus on the resale market. And so always, always, always do a Google Lens search if you can and try and find the exact one. Again, I've made that mistake and sold one for significantly less. So this is Free People, size small. It's just a gray thermal with the cuffs. and it's pretty cute. It does have a little tiny spot, which I noted. I did price that, started it at $39. So all of my pricing at the end, when I determine how much I think I'm going to make, I'm going off of about a 60% off my asking price. Some things will sell 20% off my asking price if they sell quickly. I accept offers usually above 30% off my asking price. And some things will sit a while and might get marked down. So some things, whatever. So 60% I think is a very fair assessment on one of my thrift hauls as a good gauge of what I'll make. All right. This is, did I say what the, oh, yeah. So the thermal, technically there are 0 listed of this exact style and there's 1 sold. So it is 100% sell-through rate. Take that with a grain of salt just because it's such little of that exact style of thermal. But thermals typically from free people do fairly well for me as far as selling pretty quick. And it's the right season. All right, this is a blouse that is Derek Lamb, 10 Crosby. Now, this is much more of like a spring summer. I feel like it has a little bit of a nautical flair. It's like a grayish blue. I think I put it under gray because it looks more gray to me, but I think it's a grayish blue. So just a little popover blouse. Derek Lamb is pretty expensive. The 10 Crosby is, I believe, a diffusion line, but it's a common line. I see it pretty regularly. I won't pay up for this line, but I do pick it up, usually just because I like the styles. So with this one, I think I started this at $39. I'm expecting somewhere around that 30 mark. The sell-through rate, so there are 25 listed and 7 sold. Again, not this exact style, but striped tops in this size. So that leaves it with approximately a 28% sell-through rate. This computer is so far from me, and I have good eyesight, but I feel like I need to bring the computer closer. It's getting harder to read with my little tiny list. So this is definitely an item I knew was probably not going to sell quickly based off of season, based off of experience with this brand, but I still do think it's a classic style and it will sell. So, all right, this was another new designer for me and I thought the style was pretty cute. So that's what drew me in. It's a denim jacket, but it's just got a little bit of flair with the different textures, different materials, and just a little open front denim jacket. The designer, if you can see, says Kobe Halperin. Also, my heater just kicked on. Hopefully that's not too loud. Halperin. I think so. This is a size extra small. It actually fits on my size 6 mannequin, so I'm sure it could, fit for a small too. But it's a really cute jacket. I did find one exact sold of this. They took a best offer around $99, and then I think there was a sold on Poshmark, and it was also around $100 as well. So we'll see. I think I priced this at $99, expecting that I'll probably accept an offer, so somewhere between that $70 and $80 price range. I don't know who's looking for this brand. I've never seen it or heard of it. But some of the stuff by this designer can resell for $100, $200 to $300. So I don't think it's cheap. It's definitely a cute little jean denim jacket. And so I was excited to get a new brand. All right, I think I have 3 Lafayette 148 pieces in here. And one of them probably will garner a decent amount. And 2 of them I picked up just because they're classic and it is technically an expensive brand. Now, this is one of those brands I probably wouldn't pay up for unless I saw exact comps, kind of like the last one that I'll show you, where I'm pretty confident it will get a lot. But a lot of Lafayette 48, I just think it sits for a while. It doesn't get a huge return considering the retail price, but I still think they're classic pieces and they still have an audience. So I'm not afraid to pick it up, I guess is the moral of the story. So Lafayette 148, this is a size medium. Seasonality, more of a spring summer top. So again, wrong season, but you could layer this easily with a sweater. The off the shoulder kind of thing makes it, obviously seem a little more spring summer, but I think it's a classic item. And I liked it on the mannequin. So I'm sure someone will like this. I think I priced this at $39 and $35. There's 4 listed, 0 sold of the striped Lafayette size medium. I don't think I could find the exact one, but we'll see. some of these, so my average cost of goods this day was $6.40, which is fairly common for me at regular thrift stores. So, all right, here's a pair of Madewell jeans. These are the 10-inch high-rise skinny. I knew that this was A, on sale, B, not gonna get a lot. It's not a style for Madewell that gets a lot of money. It's a very common style, so I see it out and about a lot. But I do like the fact that this has the exposed button fly, got just a tiny bit of distressing, a raw hem. So I just think it's a great pair of Madewell classics. With this, I think I started these at $39. And yeah, there are 23 listed and 3 sold. So again, the solds are only in the last 90 days. So that leaves it with a 13% sell-through rate. Definitely not great. I knew that going into it. It will probably sit for a while, but I know it will sell over time. So, yeah. And sometimes I always think like if someone's bundling, maybe like buying multiple things, maybe they see something like that where they don't even really do a search to see how many are out there, but they just see that that would work with their bundle. So again, Madewell, it's a bread and butter. Most of the stuff does not sell quickly for me and I don't pay it for, but I do sell a lot of it. So, all right. I think there's 2 more Madewell back to back to back. This is Madewell. These are a size 34, both of these next ones. They're both the Cali Demi Boot, size 34. This one has the exposed button fly. I personally like the Cali Demi Boot, especially for right now with a pair of ankle boots and, you know, people who maybe don't want to do a complete wide leg or flare, they can do a boot cut and still kind of get out of that skinny realm if they want to try it out. So I think this is a great style. It's been around for a while, so it's not the newest style, but I was a little disappointed with the sell-through rate. I mean, I was trying to narrow it down as much as possible to the size, thinking that would help. So with the blue ones, there were 3 listed and 1 sold, so it's a 33% sell-through rate. And with the white, because I have a white pair as well, it was 1 listed and 0 sold, again in the last 90 days. So size for me, I have such a hard time finding good items that are anything above, you know, a 31 or a 12. And so when I do find something in good condition, that's a good brand, it's hard for me to leave it. So I think these will do really well. The white are pretty much the same, not an exposed button fly. They do have a raw hem on these, and this has a tiny spot. I am on a septic system, so I do not keep bleach in my house. And I've thought about getting some just for some stain treatment, spot treatment. But at the end of the day, white jeans are so easy to bleach for someone. I'm not gonna run it through my wash if someone wants to buy these and bleach them on their own. I don't even know where the tiny spot is, but it's small. Personally, I would just wear it with the spot because I'd probably get more of them. But so yeah, so the white one, obviously I'm expecting a little less money. The blue jeans I listed at $59, a little high, and the white ones I listed at $39 because that spot, and also white jeans. All right, this one I was so excited to find, and it's Johnny Was, just the regular tag. Now Johnny Was, I feel like more and more people are finding it, so I'm not sure if they're running more sales, if they're maybe if Johnny Was is producing more and they're ending up in bargain stores like TJ Maxx's. I don't follow a lot of retail arbitrage, so you guys can let me know down below if you know of a place to find discounted Johnny Was, because I just feel like it's out there more. Maybe that's just me. But this is a size XXL. It says petite, but I don't understand why. Because it's not short. I mean, the arms could technically be a little shorter, but I think an XXL could wear this just fine. So I did list it. I did say it's petite, but I listed it. Yeah, I mean, I listed it correctly, but I think I don't think this is necessary for a petite. That's just my own personal take. I love this color, not surprising. It's got the boho embroidery and not the right season. I did aim a little high for this. I listed this at $89. So I am hoping for somewhere around that 70-ish mark. And we'll see. I mean, I'm personally not buying things like that right now because it's just so cold out. But some people are going on vacation this winter. Some places don't really get too much of a winter and can wear something like that all year round. And I was just excited to see a larger size with Johnny Was. There are 4 listed and 11 sold. None of the exact style, but just green tops in that size. And so that leaves it with a 275 sell-through rate. And yeah, I'm pretty confident it will sell. But Johnny Was has been sitting for me a little bit longer these days. So I'm knowing that. I still like it. I still get excited to find it. So, all right. This is another Lafayette 148 item. This is a pair of pink. I'm trying not to get it on the ground because I don't want to get any spots. They're a pair of pink straight leg pants, and they feel like they came from the dry cleaner when I picked them up. So no spots, which I'm surprised. I love, love, love the sheen on this, like very subtle sheen. These just look classy. And so if someone's back in the office and, you know, want a really great pair of straight leg pants, these probably retail for a few $100s if I had to guess. Again, Lafayette 148 is not cheap. I think I listed these for $49, so I'm expecting somewhere right around the $35 mark. They are a size 10, so we'll see. We will see. All right. Oh, the sell-through rate, 8 listed, 1 sold, 13% sell-through rate. It is what it is. I'm not surprised with that, but I'm still optimistic they will go to a new home, and someone will really like them. All right, and they'll look like a classy lady. All right, so I have 2 pairs of flax pants. I listed one before the other, and it was this one that doesn't have any size. Like the size tag was cut out. So I accidentally put it under 3X because I was going off of measurements of other people's listings. And then when I got to the other one, I realized that one's a 2X. So I should probably update the size on this because it was probably the same person. But these are a pair of white flax cropped linen pants. Doesn't get much more flax-like than that. Flax is very hit or miss for me. I like finding it because it's very rare when I find it, but it doesn't usually sell all that quickly. But the comps are good. It's a very confusing brand for me. I think the first time I tried to sell it, I was so disappointed when I looked up comps because I saw people picking it up on YouTube and Instagram and being so excited, and I'm like, what are they excited about? But I do pick it up. I have sold it a number of times. And with that one, I marked it a little bit less because there's no size on it. So I marked those at 49. And then there's this beige pair, which has the size and is also a little less cropped, a little bit more wearable. I listed these at 69, only because it seems like the beige color, from what I can see on comps, do sell a little bit better, which makes sense. I mean, I'm just not a white pant person. Again, I would spill something on it in 5 minutes. So flax 2G is equal to 2X is my understanding. Elastic on both of the waistlines of this, and straight leg. Again, these are more of like an ankle length, or actually these might be a full length. So just a classic pair of linen pants. And again, I started these at 69, a little bit higher. There are 2 listed of the white, 0 sold, so 0% sell-through rate. There are 6 listed of kind of a beige color, and 4 sold, so a 67% sell-through rate on the beige. So we'll see. All right, this is a brand. I own a pair of jeans by this brand, and so I recognized it. It's not cheap, it's not common, and comps are mixed because I just don't know how many people are wanting to buy this brand on the resale market. But it is a well-made brand. It is fairly expensive for kind of casual clothes. And this exact style, which is a men's pair of joggers, black joggers, actually do fairly well. Like a lot of these are selling between $50 to $90, I believe, on the resale market. But the brand is called Doer. They actually had a name before Doer, and they switched. I don't remember the research. I read an article on this brand. But anyways, these are called the no sweat joggers. Basically, a lot of their clothing has a material that wicks, but it doesn't feel like workout stuff. Like this is like almost like a denim. They're also usually have a little bit of stretch. They also usually, do these have a gusset? Yeah, these have a gusset in them, which means, let's say you are gonna climb some rocks. Having that extra mobility in the leg area really makes things easier. So anyways, it's an interesting brand. Again, I have a pair of jeans from them, and they're just a basic pair of jeans. Like they just look like basic pair of skinny jeans. But these I actually started pretty high at $74. There are 4 listed and 5 sold, so it's 125% sell-through rate. So I'm confident. I did get a lowball offer on these, and I just declined it because I can. But because that is a response. Like I just wrote a home offer yesterday, and it's low, but it's a really expensive house, so it's starting a conversation, and they have 3 options. They can ignore the offer, which I know they won't. I know they won't because I know these agents, and they're going to they're going to have a conversation with us. It's going to be back and forth negotiation, but they could ignore if they wanted to, or they could counter. So just like we can counter on our offers, that's what we can do in real estate as well, or they could just accept. I don't think it's going to be the latter, but when you decide to decline or ignore, that's a response to people. And that doesn't mean, like, if they decided to decline or ignore my offer, we would just write another offer. And that's what happens a lot when I decline, is they'll just come back with a stronger offer. Actually, today, someone sent me a offer that was 60% off my asking price. So I just declined. It hasn't been listed that long. And then they bought it outright for full price. And I'm like, why didn't you just pick something in the middle? You know, like, you could have just shot me a 40% off offer and maybe I would have countered you there or accepted. Like, you just never know. But they just went from 0 to whatever. All right, so this is, I have one more item after this, and that's sold, so I'll have to pop up a picture. But this is the last Lafayette 148 item. Again, I don't want this to hit the ground, so I'm trying to hold it from the ground down here. But this is a size 22W. And I found this exact style jacket. They have very subtle differences with some of the stripes, but a lot of them have, it just looks bougie, to be honest. It's like a really nice career jacket. You could wear this with a pair of slacks and a top, and it's gonna be more of a mid-length, or you could wear this with a dress and kind of more have like a pulled together kind of business look with this. So a lot of these are actually selling between $70 to $100. I priced this at $109, and yeah, we'll see. There's 2 listed in this size, in this style, and there's zero sold in the last 90 days, but there's enough sold on Poshmark. I'm pretty confident that this will sell for a decent amount. And yeah, especially because more people are going back into offices and whatnot. So the last item, it got shipped off a couple days ago, but it was a cardigan from this same 2 thrift trips. And this was by the brand Wooden Ships. I believe Wooden Ships at some point was sold at Anthropologie. I love that I've got this pile of stuff behind me. So Wooden Ships, I've sold quite a bit of, probably 10 Wooden Ships items total. I've sold them all, and they usually sell pretty quickly for me, usually between 25 to 40 in that price range. And they're all really soft. A lot of them have mohair in them, and they're just really soft. So this was no exception. It was size extra small. It fit fine on the size 6 mannequin. I think I had it priced for $39. I got an offer for $29, and I accepted. So that one got shipped off. Now that one had a 0% sell-through rate, technically, when I looked up blue cardigan, Wooden Ships, size extra small. There are 4 listed on eBay and 0 sold. So again, sell-through rate is interesting to see of like how quickly something might sell, but I have 2 solds that broke that exception. So I think it's interesting information, but I still am going to pick up things that might sit for a bit or might sell quickly. So a couple last minute things. So I spent $128 on these 21 items, which, like I said, I think it breaks down to $6.40 per item, which is fairly typical for me at a thrift store as opposed to the bins. My expected sale price. So I already have 2 things sold, and my expected sale price is not after fees. It's the actual sale price. So I had one sell at $29 and one sell at $40. And so I've already had $69 in sales. And when I calculate everything else and I multiply it by 60% to just give me a rough estimate of what I would probably expect in total for all these items, no matter how long they sit, it leaves me with about $787. that I'm still anticipating from the rest of this stuff. So with the 69, $856, I spent $128. I think how I did this last time was 2 components on giving myself a grade. One for the sell-through rate, and maybe I'll pop something up here. Basically anything above 80% is an A, anything above 65% is a B, whatever. And so my sell-through rate average was 41%. So it's basically a D because 35% is a D and then 50% is a C. So it's kind of right there in the middle. And then how many times my money. The reason why I think that's helpful for me is the cheapest items I really can get are about $2. My bins items are typically about $2 an item, and our dollar days switched to $2 an item earlier this year. So I really can't find anything else cheaper than $2 in my area. And so if I do 10 times that, having a $20 or having a $2 item flip for $20, it's not terrible for me. So for me, ideally, I would make 10 times my money on everything. So if I bought something at $5, it would flip for $50. That would be awesome. So that's my other calculation. And basically all this is 6.7% or times my money. So right there in that low C range for that as well. So between the two, I think I got a pretty solid D+, and I'm okay with that. I mean, last time, I don't even know if I really gave myself a score, but I think I will continue to pick up things, even if I know they're going to sit, and that's just because I do have a large inventory, and I'm okay with that. But I do think that if you have a small space, maybe you can't hold on to a lot of stuff, sell-through rate would be very helpful in knowing how long something might sit. Or how to price things to move them quicker, be more competitive with certain things so you can maybe move those quicker. So I find it all really interesting. I like doing a little research, maybe not on every item, but occasionally. And this was just a good excuse to see. I was excited about this thrift haul. How did it perform in these 2 metrics? And I think it did okay. I mean, a D+ isn't wonderful, but is a D+ failing? Whatever. It's been a long time since I've been in school. I wouldn't have been happy with the D+ in school, but I'm okay with it with this because I still think I got some good items. So that's it for this. Just if you want to hear my real estate update, I was supposed to have an escrow close last week. There were some delays out of my control, not related to my clients, and it got pushed. And it's a holiday this Friday, and that was our new scheduled date, and so that got pushed again because of paperwork. So it looks like Monday is going to be when the keys are handed over, but I'm so excited for my clients. This is just the perfect home for them, and it has been so wonderful working for them. It has been not the best working with some of the other people involved, but I think that's just going to be part of it. It's working with people, and things can go wrong, and people have interesting personalities, but I really can't complain, and I'm, again, just so happy for my clients. And then I just wrote an offer yesterday. Again, I'm going to be very cautious of oversharing or sharing too much here just because it is dealing with people in their lives. But these people have been so much fun. I've shown them houses 2 different days, and I think this one will go back and forth with negotiation quite a bit, but I'm confident that we'll be able to work something out that both parties will be happy with. And I'm excited about it. If we can make this one work, that'll be 2 closes before the end of this year. And I still have 2 other clients who I have shown houses to more than once that are getting close to making a decision. And who knows who's going to call me tomorrow. We are going into winter, so I anticipate things will slow down just a little bit. But I showed houses when there was snow on the ground just a few days ago. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm excited and hopeful and optimistic. And even though it is making it harder to resell as much as I want, I'm still keeping it up. And ideally, I would have a third of my life be work life, be reselling, a third of my life be YouTube, and a third of my life be real estate. If real estate continues to be this busy, I might have to either hire someone to help with some reselling, like photos, that kind of stuff. I might have to outsource some stuff just to kind of keep afloat. We'll see. I'll definitely keep you guys in the loop. It's all an exciting time, and I'm just feeling really good about having started real estate, even though it's been a really long journey. I think it's going to be a really great addition to my life. So that's it for right now. Be sure to hit the thumbs up if you liked this little grade my thrift haul. And I think my next video will be a chatty work with me. I think I have a topic. We'll see. But time to go get some things listed. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.